The brakes screech as Maggie stops her car. Right before she hits this hobo on the fucking street. Hey everyone, welcome to a scene in Darkness in Dublin. This is going to be a scene for the Demon venue, and we are on a Dublin street.
So, Asmoneo looks up at this vehicle with just one raised eyebrow before realizing who it is and shaking his head.
Maggie's fuck it. She just fucking steps out of her car. Fuck it. Police will run and everything. And she's like, "What are you doing out here?"
I was going to go look for some food. Why?
Look for food?
Yes, I have to eat. He sighs and climbs in the passenger seat. He smells, by the way, it smells like he hasn't had a shower in about a month.
Yeah,
so, yeah.
Yep, and she hops in. Maggie just says quietly to herself, and gotta get the inside the car clean. That's fine. That's fine. Okay, so what do you want to eat?
He frowns and he says, and he points at literally the first fast food place they pass and says, that is fine.
No, we're going somewhere better. I'm sorry.
Can we just say that the place he pointed out was like a Chick-fil-A?
Oh yeah, no, definitely not.
And so he'll just shrug and let her decide where they're going.
You know what? Oh, I got it. Because I love the setting for World of Darkness scenes at night. She's gonna take homeboy to a fucking diner.
Oh dear.
Like one of those late night diners, you know, the ones that only people with very bad mental health issues go to at this time of night.
Oh yeah, no, I know exactly what you're talking about. It's a Denny's.
Yeah, Denny's.
No. Yeah, he'll just be very quiet as like they go in and get seated. I imagine the waitress doesn't appreciate the smell.
No, but she gets glare from Maggie if she tries to say some shit.
Wait, I think I have a picture for this. Let me see if I have a picture for this bitchy waitress. Because I need this to be a thing now. Oh my god. So let's say this is the waitress.
Oh my god, it's just her old fucking chorister.
I know. And she just has that same smile as she's serving these two. Like, you can tell it doesn't reach her eyes, but she's trying. She is trying.
Yep. She will look over to Mr. Hobo and just say, "Order whatever you like."
He nods and proceeds to order the biggest stack of pancakes they have with strawberries on top.
She's cool with this. She's gonna get herself just some fucking. Oh, you know what? She's that bitch. She's that bitch that gets a salad when you go out to eat.
Oh, that's great.
She gets a salad.
And he's just sitting there, like with his hands folded on the table, just waiting. He's silent.
So, 99% was up in my face earlier, so I did manage to get your name.
He blinks and he looks at her and he says, "You can call me Asmonael."
Finally, someone tells me who they actually blinks, looks. You mean that one? Actually, hold on. Let me make sure I actually remember your ass. I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna roll legacy to see if I remember your ass.
You're gonna have to message Evan if you get through, because I don't know what he did. That's Evan's thing.
Okay, he's not online, so I'm just gonna. I'll just say that she doesn't know it for right now.
Okay.
And depending on later on, it may click for her.
Hmm.
And she'll say someone's using their actual name around here. It's starting to piss me off.
Many enemies hunting us. Not 2 weeks ago, myself and several of my companions were attacked in the street by one of our fallen brethren.
If they're attacking us, they're not our brethren.
He was. They were corrupted, yes, but they were still of the Sebetu.
Fair enough. Oh. Name for a name. Asmonael, my name is Zero. Did you catch that, Joey?
Yep, I caught it. And I'm going to make
Okay,
a legacy
awesome.
roll to see if I remember her. Three.
I don't have any like weird ass flaws, so I'll just tell you the shit about her. If you know.
I'm gonna roll 3d10, not 3d 110. I got one success.
Zerul, was just one success. They were a baron during the war.
Okay.
I'm gonna guess since I was one success, about as much as you could get. Like, but this was someone with some decent standing. Whatever Asmonael was doing, he or they may have heard of Zerul, at least in passing.
Okay. So he just simply inclines his head. How long have you been back?
A few months now. Most of that time spent in recovery.
Recovering from what?
A car accident. This body was very badly damaged. What about you?
I've been back for 3 months or so. I have been surviving. And he just leaves it there.
She nods and says, "We should be trying to thrive. Do you know what's up with your actions?"
You said that one more time. I missed part
Oh, my bad.
of that.
I'm fine because she's trying to speak quietly.
Mm-hmm.
She'll say, "Does your host not have any connections?"
If he does, I do not remember them.
So you're a blank slate then.
That would be a fair assumption.
She thinks on that. I haven't heard of anyone come through with no memories. Although I don't know too many of our kind either way.
I appear to be a rather unique situation.
All of us seem to be pretty unique either way. Baggage. This must be yours.
Perhaps. The angel did give me some hints, but nothing I have been able to decipher.
So that's what she was doing. She could have been a little more communicative about it.
Those who follow the will of the tyrant do not see themselves in that manner that is they are low enough to explain themselves.
Right, right. Meanwhile, other people are the ones fixing their shit.
That has always been our way.
Do you remember much of before?
I remember bits and pieces, flashes of memory, but nothing long-standing or concrete.
Same way for sometimes I'll get a feeling. I at least knew what I was.
I know enough to function, but little other than that. Can we say, like, right at this moment with them just sitting there is when the waitress comes up with the food?
Sure.
Because I like that image of them just staring at each other and she walks up. Like, oh, your food's ready.
Thank you. She'll say.
Yeah, there we go. So the waitress just like gives that same smile and says, "Oh, it's nothing, honey. It's nothing. Don't worry about it." But it's very obvious that she's being like awkward as fuck. Like she being low-key shady.
Maggie was gonna tip well. That's not happening anymore.
So when the waitress comes over and gives them the food, he doesn't even wait for her to like say anything. He just starts digging in. Like the plate has barely touched the counter before he is like eating.
She expected this.
Also, he is despite how like obviously hungry he is, he's a very clean eater. Like he's not making as nearly as much of a mess as you would think he would.
So, I was summoned to give the answer to a rules call.
Hi. Didn't have jump in the steam, but okay. Basically.
Oh no, because if you get this, I actually have to give you a thing. Continue.
Oh, okay. To answer your question,
what information do you know about the characters who make the role?
Just his name.
Do you know his celestial name?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. Roll me your intelligence, and your legacy difficulty will be standard.
Okay. Watch me botch this shit and just be like, I don't know that motherfucker.
You can spend a willpower.
You got a success.
I got one.
So, Joey, correct me if I'm wrong. Your character has Eminence 5, doesn't he?
Yep.
Okay. What is your celestial name?
Asmoneal.
Okay. Eminence is something that is kind of obvious to demons. It's almost like a come to Jesus moment, literally and figuratively. It kind of exudes off them.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I am powerful. When you try to think about the name, and when you try to go back into your... I'm also here for follow-on questions, because I sense this is going to generate a whole crap load of them.
Okay.
When you attempt to reach back into your memory in order to remember Asmoneal, who was he? Why is that name connected to something? And why is it clearly a powerful name for the entity who's sitting next to me? You feel as if you know it, and you feel as if you grasp the information, and just as it's coming to the surface, it's like you lose it, and it sinks into deep black water.
Ooh. Okay.
Basically, you feel as though you should know it, but there's almost as if there's something blocking you knowing it. Like something that's preventing you from answering that question.
Okay.
It's like you something, basically.
Interesting. Alrighty. So she'll nod to herself and say, Enigma then. Even when I try to recall information about you. Nothing.
And he just looks up from his plate of food that is already half gone. And he just tilts his head to the side and says, Perhaps one of the seers, one of the diviners could tell you more. If this was hidden, they would be the ones that would know how to find this information.
Good idea. Do you know of any in the city yet?
I know of one. I've met him briefly. He was, from as I understand, sorry.
I was just saying I'm gonna have to put up an overlay, haven't I? God damn.
Yeah, I'm gonna call up Gunther.
hate my life.
He's just going to say he was responsible for time. Things to do with time. I don't know exactly what, but we could go to his shop after this, and you could speak with him.
Sounds good.
And then he will dive right back into eating.
She's okay with this. She expected this.
What kind of food did you get him?
We went to
Denny's.
the Irish equivalent of Denny's.
Yeah.
We don't have one, but okay, it now exists. It's called
Okay.
Seamus's. There you go.
Yes.
Seamus says,
This is
yeah,
great.
let's go for it.
All right. So, important question. Do you remember how Gunther said to get back to his shop?
I don't have eidetic memory, but I have intelligence. Can I roll that to see if I remember?
Sure you can.
All right. Can I spend a willpower on this?
Sure you can.
I'm gonna spend a willpower.
Sure.
Hey, 3 successes.
He said the only way to get to his shop is if you were meant to be lost.
So he nods when he's kind of he's kind of thinking over how he was told to get back there, and he nods to himself and he says, "We have to get lost to find it."
Sorry?
We have to be lost. It is not some place that you find, but rather that finds you.
Angrily eat salad.
This is very too much metaphysical bullshit for one day. I'm just going to attack my salad.
Yeah, no, she's mad. She's just like, this fucking bullshit. I thought having a human body would make this shit simpler, but no.
Oh yeah, he is the kind of person that when he finishes his pancakes, he just picks the plate up and starts licking the syrup off the plate.
Ooh. Part you didn't expect.
Etiquette 0.
Etiquette 2.
Feel free to roleplay being appalled, then. There you go.
Which is ironically... My devil has less etiquette than my puka.
I mean, to be fair, there's less of a chance of your brutally beaten to death if they don't know the etiquette, because I'm pretty sure that will happen in Ling.
Probably. That's why I took it.
All right, kids. So how do you go about getting yourself lost?
After they leave, he's just going to like grab her hand and just start leading her down his like a bunch of random alleyways.
Okay. Aren't you supposed to start singing?
He
Maggie says
kind of
that
sorry.
I was just saying, Maggie actually says that I see.
He gives her this look from under like his hood that seems kind of confused, but he doesn't answer and just keeps walking.
Maggie will just quietly sing, "A whole new world, a whole new fantastic point of view," as they're going through the fucking alleys in the Dublin city as demons.
Okay. Eventually, you will come across you will turn a corner. We will walk under an archway, and the entire street has changed. Regardless where you were, the street now extends out in front of you. There's brick walls, like red brick walls on either side, that must be at least 10 to 15 feet high. You will see a single signpost that appears to be made of black corrugated iron. The writing on the sign is almost so old it's hard to see, but there are signs that are pointing in 2 directions. One is ahead of you and one is back the way you came. One of the 2 signs says somewhere and the other sign says nowhere.
Oh, Did he see this last time that he went to Gunther's shop? Because out of character, I can't remember. Or Gunther's shop.
Yes, he did.
Oh. Gonna make a intelligence roll to see if he remembers. Because out of character, I do not remember. I think I know, but I don't want to go the wrong way. Oh no. I double botched.
You have no idea where you are.
So he frowns and he says, maybe I do know this place. Let's keep walking. It shouldn't be here. And he just starts walking. He'll go down the one that says nowhere in order to like keep moving on. That's the way he's gonna just go.
Evan, are you running an NPC or are we meeting up with your PC?
I'm running an NPC.
All right. Are there any blunt instruments around here? Or
No,
anything?
I mean, you could in theory pick up like half a broken brick.
Could it use my melee score?
No, it'll use brawl.
Damn. You're gonna pick up a fucking trash can lid. It's gonna go fuck. Melee.
There are no trash cans on the street.
What the fuck? What is in Dublin?
This is clearly not this place. You don't even need to roll your perception awareness. This is a very odd place. This is a place in between places.
God dang it. Just gonna keep walking. It's just gonna be like, should be. What the fuck?
You guys will see this gentleman, who I have pictured here, standing outside of a shop with a broom in his hand as he appears to be sweeping out.
Going to head towards him.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
Oh, you must be Mr. Gunther's 3 o'clock. You're 5 minutes early.
Better late than never.
I said you were early, and that statement makes entirely no sense, but okay. Hello, it's nice to meet you. He'll extend his hand. First, he'll extend his hand to Maggie. Maggie, do you want to make me a perception alertness roll as he's shaking your hand?
Hey, I need to see how much alertness Maggie has. Sorry. Okay, she has that much. Oh my god, why did I make her go? Okay.
Because it's your character played by you.
Stop it. Also one success. If it was Dip 6.
You have 1 success, did you say?
Yes.
His hand is a really weird consistency, almost like wax.
Huh. Okay.
Would you like to await my boss inside, or are you happy to stand out here? I don't mind.
Inside is probably better.
No. May I offer tea?
Going to look at Maggie.
She'll shrug and say, it's fine with me.
Wonderful. If you'd like to come inside, then. Maggie, you go in. This is your first time in Gunter's shop. You basically see yourself in an incredibly old-looking antique shop. As in, everything is covered with such a thick filament of dust, it's almost hard to see anything. You'll notice some very interesting and weird things, like there's a skull sitting on a cushion that is currently on the main desk, or the main service desk of the shop. The skull appears to be bored through with dozens of nails. And it's covered. It's covered in tiny glyphs that have been written on it in some kind that are gouged into the skull, and the glyphs have been filled in with gold. That's just one of the items that's peculiar in here. The individual in question, who will introduce himself as, he will say, "Oh, who are my manners? My name is Mannequin."
It's a pleasure to meet you, Mannequin. My name is Maggie.
Lovely to meet you, Maggie. And you are, sir?
He looks at Mannequin and says, He kind of debates for a second. You can see he's very obviously deliberating before he says, "My name is Asmoneal."
Lovely to meet you. Would you both care to come inside and sit down? Yes, please. You will be led into a small, what is clearly like a reading nook. So if you think about the building as an L, essentially you go from the elongated part of the L into the bottom part of the L. So you walk down a small flight of stairs, and there's a small reading nook which has a number of soft, comfortable armchairs, a low coffee table, and a fire that's burning away in the hearth. He'll say, "I'll be right back with your tea in just a few moments. Please relax and be our guests. Excuse me."
Asmoneal's just going to lean against the wall because he doesn't want to get this guy's very nice cushions dirty.
Oh, Maggie sits on the fucking couch. Fuck that shit.
Well, Maggie also has had a shower within last month, so.
Truth.
Oh, yeah, he's just gonna wait. Just leaning against the wall, looking edgy as fuck.
A door at the other side of the room will open, and you'll see Gunter step out. As he does so, snow falls in through the door, wherever that he's stepping through, showing the fact that he was clearly somewhere. Because bear in mind, it wasn't snowing in Dublin when you guys left. But he will brush what few flakes remain from the top of his coat, and he will look towards you both, and he will say, "Ah, lovely to see you both. My apologies, Miss McKinney and..." Well, you don't technically have a last name, do you?
If I do, it was lost long ago.
He will walk towards them. He will walk towards Maggie and he will extend his hand. "Gunter Alexander, a pleasure to make your acquaintance."
Maggie will stand up and take his hand and say, "You likely already know it, but Maggie McKinney. Pleasure's all mine."
In my line of work, it is always better for us to be a little bit more informed than everybody else. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance. If you want to roll, no, actually, you don't know his celestial name. If you find out his celestial name, you can make a roll on it. He will take a seat and he will say, "I assume that mannequin has made you comfortable."
Yes, very much so.
Wonderful, wunderbar. Now, sir, I knew that you were coming, but not while you were here, so I am all of a twitter.
Gonna look at Maggie.
I was advised that you were someone to speak to regarding, well, my companion's odd situation. Seems to be unable to recall much of his past in a far deeper way than most of us. On top of that, attempting to recall information on him tends to be stolen away.
Ah, fascinating. He looks as many up and down, like very slowly. You know, the eyes kind of linger for a few moments, and then he drops them a few inches, and then he raises them up again. And he'll say, "I have a theory for you, Master Asminiel. Why is it you think that you can't remember who you are?"
He's going to think it over for a second. He's going to say, "The knowledge was taken, most likely by one of the hosts."
Why do you think that was?
He tilts his head to the side and says, "Why would one of us have taken it?"
That's a very interesting question.
He's just staring at Gunter.
Gunter hikes his leg up on one of the chair legs, or not one of the chair arms, and he says, "Well, contemplate this. What is the value of memory? Memory is the sum of who we are. So, if you want to kill someone who you cannot kill, you obliterate what they are, thus they are not that thing anymore."
So you think I had enemies who wanted to remove me from whatever position or purpose I once held?
To answer your question, I know well who you are, Master Asminiel, but that is because I know things. That is my business. I also know why it is you cannot remember. And there's a reason for it. Oh, yes, oh my, there is a reason. But, you see, you have to contemplate what is the value of the memory. After all, you have what is essentially a fresh start, the ability to be an entirely new person. The hang-ups about who you may have been in that time, well, do they truly matter?
He thinks.
Some people would give anything to forget their sins.
If I have sins in my past, then it would be far better to know them, that I may not repeat my own mistakes.
Also, I have another thing for you to ponder, Master Asminael. What would you do if I said that you were the one who had your own memories locked away?
He noticeably stills, like he stops fidgeting and everything, and he just kind of stills for a second. And he appears to be like not necessarily like his gaze has kind of gotten unfocused, almost like he's trying to think. Were you the one who removed my memories?
No, I was not. That I will tell you honestly. However, that's the last question that I will answer for free. What can I say? I am a Faustian. We are big on our deals, yes?
He nods. I expected as much.
So, what do I want? What do I want? I will make you a deal, and a very good deal, so please pay attention. I will answer your three questions that are not who am I, three questions that cannot include the phrases who am I, why did this happen, why did this happen as it pertains to your memory. But I will be able to give you three clues. I can give you three pieces of the puzzle. The rest you must piece together yourself. Do you understand what I have offered?
He nods. What is the price?
At some point in what I think will be your journey, you will come across something. A bauble. When that time comes, I will have the right to claim whatever, one item of my choosing from whatever it is that you find.
He's thinking. You can see, like he's thinking this over hard. Like he is not just saying this or thinking this over lightly. And eventually he says, "I accept your deal."
Wunderbar. So, he raises his hand. He says, "You may ask me three questions, three hints that you'd like, and I'll answer them."
Who removed my memories?
You've already met her.
He looks at Zerul.
So Zeril just fucking shrugs like if she did it, she don't remember doing it. she'll say out loud. She'll say, "If I did it, I'll be honest, I don't remember doing it."
Second question.
He's thinking it over, very obviously thinking this question over.
I hope that you're enjoying this, Joey. My God, I've come up with a doozy for this one.
Oh, I'm loving this. He says, where might I find the person who removed my memories? Because out of character, I have a suspicion of who it is, and I don't think it's Maggie.
Probably not.
I think it's the one Earthbound. Out of character, I think it's the one Earthbound because it was mentioned that she was female.
Well, now that assumes that this individual is in one place and is not split over many places. One last question.
Is there anything other than the one who did this to me that can restore my memory?
Your memory is not clouded from you. I will tell you this. Your memory exists locked in stone, I would say is the best way to phrase this. To be exact, 4 separate stones containing the 4 vestiges of your memory, containing your joy, your sadness, your anger, and your fear, all of which combined together create the whole. It's merely a matter of finding these stones.
He nods and he says, "Thank you for the information."
You're very welcome. So I will warn you, sometimes the worst thing we can get is answers to our questions.
And he inclines his head and he says, "That may be, but I cannot become something more without knowing what I have left behind."
As you wish. But my apologies, Miss McKinney. I did not mean to drag you all the way here just so I could answer questions for your friend.
Oh, what was that he said? I couldn't quite
He
catch
said
that.
that he's sorry you were. He said that he's sorry you were dragged all the way here just so he could answer questions for your friend.
She'll say, I knew what I was coming here for.
But the agreement is made. At some point on your travels, you will come across something I wish. I will claim it. This is a good agreement.
He nods.
Good, good. Well, in that case, I shall bid you to good afternoon.
I thank you again for your help.
You are more than welcome. The fact he has a German accent just makes him all that more sinister.
Low key.
Still better than Faust.
Bear in mind, he's in that guy's faction.
I mean, it's not literally Faust.
Oh, would you like him to go get literal Faust?
No. That'd be weird.
He can go summon Mephistopheles. It's fine. Don't worry about it. That delicious sweet bread. But yeah, he will bow and he will say, "In that case, I shall bid you good afternoon." My shop is always open to you if you choose to make like-minded deals and agreements.
Asmodeus will nod and say, I will see you again. And then, yeah, then he's going to stand up. Well, like, not stand up, but he's going to, like, push off the wall and head out.
Maggie will stand on up and start to head out herself.
So as they're walking back the way they came, Asmodeus appears to be completely lost in thought. Like, he's... Okay, I'm not saying unusually silent, because he's a rather silent individual, but he's more quiet than usual.
Unfathomable time has passed between now and then. Regardless of what you find, you can move forward from it.
There is a reason I am sure that my memories were taken away. But, as you say, much time has passed, and one cannot learn from the past if one does not know the past.
She'll know.
These stones that he spoke of, that I shall have to do some research, see if I can find any mention of them anywhere. Thank you for accompanying me on this journey.
It's no problem.
If you'd like, I can keep an eye out around your home, wherever you reside. Keep an eye on the streets.
She smiles to that and says, I think that would be quite useful. Thank you.
He nods.
Let me know if there's anything that you need. Whether it be food, a place to stay, or another blade at your side.
He nods and he says, I will keep you in mind.
Honestly, I think that's a cool place to call it. Unless there's something else that will be happening.
I think that's good. Unless Evan wants to drop anything else on us.
Yeah, you both take 28 damage.
Yay!
I have some backup concepts.
What you're saying to me is I can kill you, but I cannot kill your spirit.
Wait, what?
I can kill you, but not your spirit.
Yeah. I actually have a Slayer idea as a follow-up anyway, so it's fine.
God dang it. Alright. Yeah, no.
All right. Thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. And remember, when you make that deal with the figurative devil, make sure you're ready to yeet anything else out the window.